let's go on and get into this breakdown video from the bill and see what it do. I'm looking forward to seeing some hidden messages. As we see right here, Kendrick looks. You see this face that Kendrick got right here, bro?
Mm-hmm.
That's the same face that who got them glue in dreads had on his face. This is the exact. This is the exact same emotions that he had. This how good of a actor Kendrick is turning out to be, that he can emote the loss of his hair. Let's go on and see what's going on.
Lamar music video. I'm sure everybody has seen it at this point. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, make sure y'all go shout out the bill. Make sure you go like, because this is my first time watching it. So make sure y'all go like and follow, and we go see. And as he says here, all alleged and speculation. None of this is to incriminate or falsely accuse the parties and the people involved, for entertainment purposes only.
Gotta have that.
Briss told me we should have put that shit at the beginning of our videos, and I kind of was like, oh, everybody else doing it, but I'd much rather say you right now than say you right while we sitting down at the precinct, while we sitting in the courtroom and stuff. So you know what, I'm gonna go and start slipping that in the shit. Hey, what's the business? LL Biddy in the house. What's up, LL Biddy? All right, let's go and get into it.
People have made their own speculations. I just want to go over the things that we had thought about when we had did the live during the time of its release, and see what it is that we found, and we could share it with y'all. So the first thing that I noticed in the video was this part right here, this frame right here, where Kendrick is not looking at the camera. Very interesting thing, considering that that's something that he did as well in the Squabble Up music video. In the Squabble Up music video, he chooses to avoid the camera, not look at the camera, and he shares the same thing that he does in the Luther video. I wonder if that's something that you're going to see in the future videos, as well as any other video that comes out in GNX. For whatever reason, it just seems like he refuses to stare at the camera. I wonder.
What if Kendrick got a style? Have you ever had a style?
Yeah, I haven't, but I know what that is.
Man, I was gonna say that, but I forgot it. The Grammys, he did that and at the Super Bowl, he looked in the camera. So you know.
You know how deep you gotta be for you to be look regular, because he made no emotion at all, and that could mean something in his video, and it technically can probably do mean something.
Now I don't know if you remember me saying this, but I said that, and Not Like Us, and all the video I said. He is letting Drake know that this is effortless for him. Like, this is the I'm talking about whooping your ass. It's so easy that it's born. Like, I don't have to do anything, and that's my true interpretation of all his. It's just been like, wow, Drake, you is such a lame.
Quite possibly, because that would make a lot of sense.
This is the easiest. This is the easiest murder I've ever done, that anybody has ever done in life. Wow. I'm destroying your whole ass career. Not even gonna look in the camera. You don't deserve such status out of eye contact, nigga. But I'm talking to you. And then he went on the Super Bowl and looked at it like, nah, boo boo, bitch. I'm on the Super Bowl, and now but in the videos, they live, forever. Let's continue.
If it symbolizes anything, maybe you could tell me in the comments. But this is one thing that I noticed in the video that stood out to me. The second thing, now one thing that I wanted to point out first before we get into the car, is that he's in a hotel room before he actually opens the next door that shows the car covered in a red tarp. In this hotel room, I wanted to point out the fact that him being in a hotel is very interesting, because we've been talking about Drake, the Mark Hotel, and all of that. Just feels like hotels seem to be a thing that we've been talking about quite some time when it comes to this Kendrick and Drake beef. Well, the doors open to this hotel room, the sliding doors open, and it points to the scene. You could see the room has dispersed, and now we're in another scene. Kendrick appears in front of the GNX covered in a red tarp, holding up, and he lets it off, implying that he's popping somebody, right? Well, who is he popping? As the song is playing, the lyrics that he says in the song when this happens, before this happens, it says, hit him strictly with that 5, 5, 5. So hit him strictly with that 5. He has the 5 in his arm. I'm pretty sure he's talking about Drake. And then this scene comes out, matching the lyrics to what is going on in the video. It's a clear sign that this was a diss towards Drake. Hit him strictly with that 5 is something that he's referring to Drake. And it's not a coincidence that he ups the blick when this happens, when those lyrics are said in the sequence. I think this was a direct diss to Drake. when it matches up with the lyrics and then what we see in the video. Another thing that I wanted to point out is the flooring. The flooring, you could tell, has brown little squares, which represent the same location that Kendrick had shot the GNX promo. When Kendrick had shot his GNX promo a while back for the release of GNX, the album, he was here. He was sitting here in the middle, the same position where he's at now in the music video. He's in the same spot where the GNX promo was shot originally. But just to let you know, this is actually a popular spot, I'm assuming, where people film, because surprisingly enough, Snoop Dogg and Tom Brady, they had did the same commercial at the same place. You can see this is exactly where Kendrick Lamar is kneeling down. You can see.
Hey, in that scene right there with Snoop Dogg and Tom Brady. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me see. Because that's kind of a weird pairing. Did you see that commercial?
I did not.
I'm going to be honest. Since we already did that warning where everything is alleged and speculation, this is Snoop Dogg looking at Tom Brady, was like, you know, I think you gay, right? Like, you know, that's what they saying.
you say it about Tom Brady.
You can come on now. This is 2025. That's what Snoop's saying right here. He also saying, how the you get away with deflating that ball? You know you're a super cheater. I want you to know that too while we shooting this commercial. That
I wonder what that commercial was for, but I don't know.
That's alleged and speculation for entertainment purposes only. Let's continue.
Place. You can see this is exactly where Kendrick Lamar is kneeling down. You can see him here, and this is where you see him with the GNX covered in the tarp in this scene. So it goes from wherever they're at in the room, that penthouse or whatever that hotel is, the door's open, and now he's in the location.
Oh, wait, I forgot. Ain't we supposed to be, well, I know you ain't mad at Snoop Dogg, but I think I'm supposed to still be mad at Snoop Dogg for that shit he did a couple of months ago. What he had did, he performed, oh yeah, my bad, Tom Brady. I was supposed to have flipped them jokes on the Snoop Dogg. And
you talking about when he shared Drake songs or something?
No, goddamn, Snoop Dogg been for a whole year. No, he had performed at the damn Trump shit with all them white folks and shit up there jigging and jabbing. And then he go share the damn be cool with Drake using his voice in the AI and shit. Yeah, Snoop, you still on my list, man. I don't know when you gonna be cool with me again, Snoop. You done kind of made me mad a couple of times, my nigga. I'm kind of upset still a little bit. Damn. I apologize, Tom Brady. I should have gave it, because you ain't never did nothing to me, Tom Brady. I don't even watch football. Shout out to the Canva Cafe. I heard Kendrick did not look in the camera and pause in respect to his aunt that passed. He said that at the Grammy, passed away. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Was that all the way back at the It's been in this whole time frame of the beef? I'm just curious, cause
I want to know what his grandma died.
Yeah, I'd like to know that. Let's continue.
Where he had started the GNX album, where he had started the promo, it's the same location, in the same spot. I thought it was real interesting, considering that Kendrick Lamar is taking us back to where everything had started. This is where he started filming for the GNX promo. This is where he's starting to film for the Luther music video. And I wonder if this position or this place has any type of importance because of the fact that it was seen recently in the GNX promo, and now he's sharing it now. It seems like a popular location no matter what, where other people decide to film. I know.
Yo, what if he got the car covered and stuff? Where he shot this video, what if we find out all of this that he shot was like 8 years ago? Like everything. What if we found out he made Euphoria back in 1997?
That'd be pretty funny.
Like he shot, and that's why he got the car covered up. Like he did all of this at one time in one spot. That'd be crazy.
I do believe though I don't think he did it back then though, of course, but I believe he filmed all this stuff at like one time and he knew what was going on. And there's gonna be some big gonna come out of it that we're gonna find out like, oh, that's what he was doing.
Bro, you know what just hit me, bro?
What's that?
Dude, what if under that damn that tarp and we don't, like you said, we don't find this out until years, like, a couple of years later. But what if under that tarp, my friend, that is a special GNX and it's fitted with one of these, a flux capacitor, because that's how he been coming with everything. He been going back and forth from the future and shit.
He rap like it. He definitely rap like it.
I'm just saying, y'all. It could be under this tarp. Could be the flux capacitor Back to the Future GNX. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Let's continue. Then my next question is, how you getting uranium and shit? That shit is highly illegal and it's highly radioactive. You should not be in front of that vehicle like that, sir. But that's neither here nor there. Let's continue.
But like I said, Snoop Dogg and Tom Brady had shot a commercial there. So I'm not sure if it's just because if it's a popular spot or if it has any type of significance, but it's definitely something important to point out, considering this is where he had started when he had shared the promo video in the very beginning with that song Bodies. And you know, the song Bodies on Bodies was the thing that he had said in those lyrics in that promo. And then he's upping the blick and taking someone down, catching a body, possibly, potentially. Feel like this is a place where he does his dirty work. And now going to the tarp, going to the red tarp that I wanted to talk about. There's a few things about the tarp that people were talking about that people had noticed. One thing that if you look up a red tarp, covering something often signifies high visibility or prioritization, particularly in construction, industrial, and agricultural settings. But the second part is, I think, the most important. It could also indicate a specific phase of a process or warn of potential hazards. Red tarps are also used for emergency triage to categorize victims in mass casualty incidents. So we talk about Kendrick potentially popping somebody. Could that be why he has the red tarp for mass victims? Or could it be because there's another phase coming around? Now they say that the tarp, when it comes out, there's a different type of phase. It says that it could also indicate a specific phase of a process or warn a potential hazard. So either this is because he's trying to imply that he had just caught a body, or he's trying to imply that there's another phase or another sequence happening, and the red tarp is supposed to represent that. Now remember, in the very first promo, the GNX promo that he had shared, remember, there was two vehicles here. There was one GNX and there was another. So one covered in the red tarp. Could this potentially be the second GNX that was in the promo in the very beginning of GNX's release? Potentially, perhaps, we'll keep it a legend, but it seems like it could be a possibility. But I feel like there's a chance that it could be both of those things. I think the red tarp could be specific to another phase, another process that's about to happen. And also the fact that Kendrick Lamar had brought the red tarp to categorize them in the mass casualty. Watching the party guy, the beef with Drake, taking shots at Drake, all that, right? Another thing that I wanted to point out that I found.
Now, y'all know me, all right? Y'all know I love a good mystery like anybody else, you know what I'm saying? But I will be injecting this sometimes when I'm like, maybe that's a little too... What was your thought process on the tarp? What do you think about the tarp?
Man, I don't know. I'll be real. I don't know what the hell Kendrick be thinking about in this mud. I feel Kendrick is, like you said, he's some kind of advanced AI that has been traveling throughout the time space continuum and just doing.
Look, I think the tarp probably do mean something. However, the breakdown of it, yo, you my boy and everything, but I'm gonna have to give it a super reach for that one. I needed more. And I'm really kind of mad. I'm mad at Kendrick for not having a light-skinned dead body. No colorism. But I did want to see a yellow boy fall from the gun shop just slightly, like a hand, like a pinky or something. You know what I'm saying? But the tarp might mean that, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm giving that a Mr. Fantastic on that one. But let's continue. And I'm probably wrong. But it just
that like Drake right here in that doorway.
That's what I was hoping. At the end, we found out that the dude was laid out and had 15 knife stabs in him and stuff too. But that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's gonna be a part 2. But maybe that's what Peekaboo gonna be about. But I'm sure Kendrick's lawyer said he can't have any gratuitous things like that going on. In nothing. Hold on, we got another super chat. The Canva Cafe, appreciate you for that super chat. She said his undied the day before the Grammys. I just checked. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay. All right. And I wanted most definitely condolences to him on that. But the main reason I asked to make sure I was still right about the not like us. I don't give a portion of it. I just y'all know me around these parts. All right. Let us continue.
Very interesting was SZA when she walks in the door. So SZA, she walks into these doors and she knocks on room 6. Now people are saying that this is supposed to represent Drake because the room number is 6. Drake is from the 6.
Wow.
6 God, all of that, right? SZA also had a past relationship with Drake. They used to date each other. People were saying that this could be SZA being sent to Drake. Now, when I say being sent to Drake, people always assume Was SZA the person that was able to get information from Drake? Because we know that they collaborated together in the past, so far as 2023 when she was on For All the Dogs, when they did the song Rich Baby Daddy. That was back in 2023. A lot of people are assuming that this scene is supposed to represent SZA when she was sent to Drake to possibly gather information, but we'll keep it alleged. Could SZA possibly be a person that obtained information from Drake? And are they showing that in this music video? Another thing about the numbers on the door, since we're on the topic as well, is the 6, 8, and 10. 6, 8, 10. These are the even numbers on the door naturally, but some people told me to look up what that number is. So look up 6, 8, 10. And surprisingly enough, if you type in Drake and 6, 8, 10, you get this video from Drake on YouTube from the date June 8th, 2010, which is 6, 8, 10. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but what are the odds that if you type in those numbers that are on the door, you're going to get a video of Drake pop up on YouTube?
I ain't go front. Now, I was ready to pull the Stretch Armstrong into he. I was ready to pull. Actually, I was gonna pull the Stretch Armstrong on that one, but because my first initial thing was like, come on now, of course, in a hotel to be even numbers on one room. But once he said that about the video, I wonder what the video was about. And this one, I'm gonna keep my reach in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? That kind of gave me some the heebie-jeebies on that one, because that's highly unnecessary. Did you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I pull the same thing up.
Yeah, that's kind of, because I ain't even think about, and see, that's why I be liking watching other people, because I ain't even think about calling the dude, looking at the numbers on the door or whatever like that. Now, I did think this was a representation for the fraudster, but the whole, like, maybe this is showing that she seduced him or something for some information type situation back, storyline for it, assumption, theory is the word I'm looking for. That's hella dope. Like, I'm down for that one. That one, that's pretty far right there. And if it is that 810 or whatever, did you find the video?
I have to see how he typed it in, because I tried to like 6, 8, 10 all together. I tried to space apart. I tried to like the date.
What, you was on YouTube?
Mm-hmm. That's where he said he did that, right?
Hold on, let's do this. 6, 8, 10 Drake video. I bet you it's on Reddit. I bet you $1 bajillion they got this shit on Reddit somewhere. Oh, let's see. Wait a minute. All right, we gonna go back. We'll come back to it. I don't want to get too far off track, but we'll search for it in the background. Let's continue.
With the same numbers, with the same date. So is this SZA being sent to Drake to get information? I don't want to call SZA the Mo, but is she the Mo? We'll keep it alleged. This is all entertainment anyways. And another thing that I wanted to talk about with this picture was the exit sign. One thing that I had noticed, that the exit sign was green. Why is the exit sign green, and why isn't it red? And why is the exit sign at a door? Very odd indeed. But
have you ever seen the green exit sign?
I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I'm trying to think about that.
I don't think I'd have never seen the green exit sign. But let's see. Green exit sign.
I feel like it's overseas or something.
Let's see. Now, I will say this. It ain't like they don't make them. You know what I'm saying? But I guess that's I'm sorry. I ain't go front. If I can Google it easily, yeah, I'm gonna have to hit it with that one right there. That was too easy. It almost caught me, but I'm down for the setup situation. You know, the super seductress one. I'm riding with that one. How you feel about that one? You think that's plausible?
I guess it depends. What she do next? Do she walk in the room with him? What happened? I gotta watch the video.
Let us go.
Apparently, and shout out to Monique for this one, because I saw that she had posted this. While green exit signs are not related to X trafficking, they can be used in some cases to signal distress or a need for help in a situation where a person is in danger, including potential trafficking situations. This can be done by using the color green to signal go or safe exit in a way that is noticeable to people who are familiar with the association, as seen in some international initiatives. So a green exit could also
be... He said it straight.
My thing is, all right, let's say, this my logic. You let me know if I'm wrong or not. I'm getting exit aid, traffic aid, right? And I want everybody to know it's a safe exit. The exit, we in the building that ain't got no green exit signs. traffickers go let me. I'll be like, look, can I use the phone? I just need to go to Amazon. The red light from the exit sign is just too bright for me. I wanted to order a green one, please. And like, you know what? Sure. It's same day. Can I go pick it up downstairs? Just this once. Yeah, I'm sorry. Now I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
Cause you ain't seen this yet, have you?
But yeah, I seen the video, but I ain't just really broke it down.
Have you seen the breakdown video?
Yeah, no, I ain't watched this. This is my first time watching. Yeah. All right, let's continue.
I mean, a safe exit, telling you that it's okay to exit here. So I'm not sure if that's the case, but it does seem odd that this exit sign is placed here so randomly and the color of it is green. But you can tell me how you feel about that in the comments. Another thing.
All right, I'm gonna have to agree with him because that's right next to a hotel room.
Yeah.
So you know what? I retract my reach back. I retract it because why is it an exit sign right next to it, and why is it green? And see this is what I like hear us at the struggle stream. We can recognize when we was wrong. Well, not we. It's usually me that's wrong, but still though, I'm throwing we in there because Britt's down there too. Let's continue.
Color of it is green. But you can tell me how you feel about that in the comments. Another thing that people were pointing out were the dark circles that came out in this music video, implying that this isn't the first time that they've seen those dark circles come out.
I thought this was the ring. In my initial watch, I thought he was really trying to set us all up on the okie doke. And the ring, the girl came out in the VHS tape on the ring. You remember that movie?
Yeah, I remember that movie.
That's what I thought the representation was of, but I'm probably wrong. I'm just saying, that's what I thought. But let's hear what he had to say about it.
Kendrick Lamar's videos, you could see here on N95, the dark circles appeared here, and eventually in the music video itself, you could see dark circles throughout the video also. And then you can see it here again in the same music video. Now, I think these music videos are done by different producers. However, the fact that the circle is put in here, I wonder if it's a request by Kendrick Lamar because...
Yo, you see this ring right here, bro?
Yeah.
Now, I'm letting y'all know right now what I'm about to do while I'm talking about people reaching. I'm about to take y'all to the Stretch Armstrong. I'm about to stretch it all the way through to the mightiest of stretch levels is what I'm about to stretch it to right quick. However, I'm gonna be honest. What if it's this right here? What if it's this? Let me see. What's that? Because we've been talking about this. You just said, what if these rings be the rings from the Marvel movies? and Kendrick actually got the power to make these rings. He letting us know, like, you know, the Marvel movies is I got that technology. I'm just letting y'all know. I got so what Kendrick be telling us, not only can he transport through dimensions and but then he can also transport through time in his GNX DeLorean. But hey,
wow.
Now that's my reach. That's my reach. Let's go back to the video.
Because of the things that he has noticed and put in the past. Like I said, it was done in N95, and now it's done in this video. And also, there's actually a PG Line commercial that we went over during the time of the Super Bowl. In this commercial, it seems to be noticed in there as well. You could see that the black hole is centered in the music video called Propaganda. Now, I wonder if this is a message in regards to all the propaganda that has been spread online. This whole music video talks about circles, the sun, and other types of symbolism, even the symbolism of hanging over the street light, kind of like in the Super Bowl. This is how we started talking about this theory in the first place. But the whole thing that we never noticed in the beginning was the circles, and what do they mean for PG Lang, Dave Free, and especially Kendrick Lamar. Now, Dave Free didn't produce this video, and that's another thing that we're going to talk about. But what do these things indicate? What do these circles and these black holes in the footage in the film represent? We've seen him do it in multiple videos. We've seen him represent the circles in other clips. So I'm wondering if these circles have any significance. It's not just the black hole, it's multiple circles in the video. But the black hole, I think, is very significant to that whole entire theory regarding circles. I think it has something to do with propaganda. I think it has something to do with the PG Line commercial that they first posted in their YouTube channel. And I know it has some type of meaning. I'm just not sure of it at this time. But we'll definitely check it out and look into it in a later video. But since we're talking about music videos, we could finally talk about who produced this music video.
Now, before we pass that, look, Kendrick, All right, now if this your way of telling us a black hole about to come eat everybody up and please, like, do a special 1-800 number for folks that's really curious and shit. Cause if a black hole coming for me, look, I'm going shoplifting at the mall and shit. I'm going to take a whole bunch. If the black hole coming, I might as well live my life like it's golden. I'm sneaking on flights. I'm lying about flying first class. Let me live my life to the fullest. Don't be hiding the black hole sun coming. You remember that song by Soundgarden, The Black Hole Sun? You don't remember Black Hole Sun? That song, and I ain't gonna lie, that song goes super hard. It go, Black Hole Sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? What if he telling us the black hole sun is coming? This the song right here for folks that don't know. This song right here is top-notch rock grunge type songs and shit. Go check that out. It might be the Black Hole Sun. No, I'm just saying. That's a reach by me. It might be the Black Hole Sun. All right, let's go on back to it.
The music video was shot in the West End Bonaventure Hotel in Los Angeles. This is the location where they shot the music video, and this is where you could see Kendrick Lamar and SZA throughout the whole thing. You can see the shot right there. This is exactly where they're at. You can see the two little circles right here. That's the rest area that Kendrick Lamar is resting at in the clips, and you can see it here in color. A second place where it was filmed at was this location right here, which is actually not the hotel. It's another location.
And don't that look like the sun right there? That look like the sun. We went from black holes to the sun. I'm just saying. It's probably a reach, but damn. Hey, that also looked like on Dave Chappelle when he played when Charlie Murphy had hooped against Prince and he was doing like this all in the camera. He was like that shit was funny. All right, let's continue.
That they had recorded at this location happens to be the American Jewish University in Brandon Spartan campus. This is where Kendrick Lamar has shot the music video for that specific scene when he's bringing the car in. Now, from what it looks like,
I know what it means.
Honest,
I know what the black holes mean.
What?
A black hole is formed from a collapsed star.
With you, I'm not sure if he's.
That's what it gotta be.
Wow.
Well, at least that's one. That's my.
That's a good theory. That's a super good theory because in the video, I believe the black hole was at the point where she was in the room with old buddy. And it's now with that being said though, they said he brought up black holes before the beef stuff too. So, but I ain't go front though. I'm putting it in the pocket. That's going in the front pocket. If that come out, y'all better give Briss his props. Damn it. Now, this building right here, this is the American Jewish University building, and no disrespect to the Jewish community that's watching, but I'm sorry, that's a pausable building. Let's continue.
Trying to get straight with this, but I think it is odd that he recorded in the Jewish campus. I'm wondering what the real reason for that was. I'm wondering if it was supposed to slight Drake or diss Drake, but people were pointing out that this was a Jewish university that he had filmed at. And of course, this film is done by Karina Evans. It was produced by Karina Evans. And a lot of people started talking about the producer. Well, who is Karina Evans? Well, if you don't know her background, Karina Evans is somebody who filmed the Luther video, but is also known to work with Drake. She also directed the music video for God's Plan. This is her IMDb, and it shows that she's recorded God's Plan for Drake in the past, which is funny because, you know, if you go
back my gosh, and look what else she directed.
Well, P-Valley.
P-Valley. And I ain't watched P-Valley, but I found out because one of the rappers get his back blowed out or blowing out backs.
It definitely was. It was a gay rapper in that mug, like super gay rapper.
And what if it's a part two of that? What if that scene where Kendrick shot was he just wasn't ready to see, you know, Fraudry getting Baca blowing the back out, allegedly. And even he was like, oh my gosh, what's happening, Drake? I'm gonna save you. And he thought he was gonna save him. And he just had to go on the bus one as Baca was busting one. It's a reach. Because he did say he was the only rapper that could save him.
He did. Damn.
I'm just saying, and he was sad for the rest of the video because he was like, damn, Drake was getting woe out by Baka. Oh my gosh, that shit was just too much for me and shit. I'm not. He had to look. He was like, I'm not homophobic at all, but it's just he was ravaging Drake and shit. I had to do something to stop it. It didn't look like he liked it. Let's continue. Allegedly. I'm talking about if that saved me. If that shit saved me in the courtroom, I'm like, God damn, allegedly is the most powerful word in the English language.
They're gonna be like, no, none of that shit works. You go to jail.
You're going up.
Both of you going to jail.
I'll be like, you know what? I didn't think it was gonna save me. You right? Hey, my bad. It's just, I'm sorry. It just seemed really like, it seems like all the shit I said was plausible. I'm just gonna put that out there. Yonder, you seen his videos. You seen his videos. I know you agree with me. Let's continue.
Not like us. Kendrick Lamar was quoted to say the family matter and the truth of the matter, it was God's plan to show y'all the liar. So I think it's funny that now the person who showed y'all God's plan, the person who produced God's plan, is now filming this video for Kendrick Lamar, and her name is Karina Evans. She filmed God's plan to show y'all the liar. I believe the director is also from Toronto. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But this woman has worked with Drake multiple times, at least 3 music videos she's done for Drake. And God's Plan is one of the biggest videos that she had worked on with him.
You see how she also worked on Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Yeah. That was that TV show with Charles Gambino in it.
Oh, word.
Have you seen that show? That was actually a pretty good show.
I ain't never heard it, but just on, since this whole video was, you know, what if not the P Valley, and he also did it because Baka is Mr. and Drake is Mrs. Smith.
Yes, definitely could be a potential. I don't think that's a reach at all.
Allegedly. Let's continue.
And I thought it was real interesting for Kendrick Lamar to go out and work with her, considering that she recorded God's Plan, and because of the theories revolving around God's Plan. We know about the Peekaboo theory. If you don't know the Peekaboo theory, the song in GNX, Peekaboo, was a theory that was discussed, I believe, at Thought Crimes. Thought Crimes. They had talked about the sample in Peekaboo in the beginning. Now, going back to Peekaboo, the sample in the beginning of the intro, it says, give a helping hand to your fellow man. The theory about that was that XXXTentacion, before he passed away, he had this helping hand challenge, saying for people to help each other out, for people to give a helping hand. This was a challenge that he had created before he had passed away. After he had passed away, people assumed that Drake was responsible because X said that if something happened to him, Drake did it, all these other things. And after he passed away, Drake had made the music video for God's Plan, where he's giving people money. He's in Miami, he's in Florida, he's giving people money away. And not only that, but Florida is also the place where X had passed away. That was his hometown. That was where he was born at. He was born in Florida. So Drake doing X's challenge in the place where he was born at, in the state that he was born at, it seemed like a really big diss. Also, the tour that he did after that was called the Assassination Vacation, with a palm tree. X had a palm tree on his forehead. The tour they had like this palm tree with the sights on it, like with a scope on it. People thought that when Kendrick had dropped the Peekaboo song, and with this reference right here at the beginning, they thought that he was implying that Kendrick was trying to slight Drake about the situation with X. And now I feel like this is another reason to slight Drake about the issues with X, because now you got the person who made the music video to come and help you with your music video. Karina Evans filmed God's Plan to show y'all the liar. Another thing that I forgot to mention was that when he says hit him strictly with the 5 the second time, he smiles. He smiles at the camera. He smiles when he says hit him strictly with that 5. And
you say, huh?
I thought he had a project hat on that last clip.
Damn, that would have been super.
That no project hat. That's what it looked like.
I would have been like, wow. Hey, surprise, guys. Surprise, I'm calling my lawyer because he didn't pay me shit for that. That's what I would have. I would have been like, what the f-? I wouldn't have been excited at all. I would have been highly upset. I would have called the only lawyers I know of is who got the sign on the freeway, and I would have called the Hammer. I'd be like, look, I know you usually deal with car accidents, but you the only lawyer I know. I'm trying to sue a super mega star, super smart guy. He wearing one of my hats. Let's continue.
To how he smiles at the camera at the Super Bowl. Hit him strictly with the 5. So I think this is him talking to Drake again, smiling at the camera after he says that. And another thing about this photo was the hat. What does the hat say? What hat is he wearing, and what is it saying exactly? Well, it appears that it's a Namahas Los Angeles cap. It looks like the Namahas is a Sephardic Jewish origin derived from the Hebrew personal name Nechemiah. Nechemiah in English means the Lord consoles, or the Lord will console. Now, I'm not sure if this is something that Kendrick is into personally, or if it's a diss in regards to Drake because of the Jewish or the Hebrew meaning of the word. But this is what the cap says, and I guess it means the Lord consoles, or the Lord will console. But as far as the Jewish origin for Namahas, the English translation is Nechima, which is the Lord consoles. Y'all could tell me what the representation of this hat means in the comments, and you could get back to me and let me know.
I'm surprised that nobody say, you see the 24, that was Kobe. Kobe, that's Kobe related. I'm so shocked that that wasn't mentioned. Let's continue.
What you think? Now, one big thing that we had discussed was the song's release date. The release date was April 11th. April 11th is the global day to end child SZA. It's observed every year.
Dude, bro, when I was on a live when the video dropped, right? And they was like, "Yo, look at the holidays and stuff." Bro, not only was it this child trafficking day thing, which is actually every Tuesday. It just happened to be on a Tuesday that day. It was also Parkinson's disease recognition day. Park your son.
Oh, he did say that. Damn.
Or park his son, my bad. Let's continue.
April 11th to raise awareness of SZA perpetrated on youngins and to build a strong community to end it. So what are the odds that Kendrick decides to drop a music video on the day that we're supposed to raise awareness for SZA, specifically to youngins, bro? This is crazy. The fact that Kendrick Lamar decided to do this on this day just shows you how calculated he was in releasing this music video for April 11th, 411, 411. What's the 411? What's the info? I guess that's the info, right?
I got to take that back. It wasn't a day. It's just Parkinson's Awareness Month. The whole April is. My bad. Correction. Let's continue.
Yo, somebody in the chat said 6 plus 8 plus 10 equals 24.
Look. So, and hold on. Hey, even Renee, I get, hey, check this out. And I give you, I understand where you coming from. Even Renee was like, or maybe this video ain't got shit to do with Drake. Just a thought. And I give you that. And I totally understand it. My thought process, though, from what Kendrick has showed us is Kendrick know for a fact that anything within a year's circumference of this beef, everybody go associated with the fraudster, and it's too much stuff where everybody going back reading lyrics and putting stuff together. Where I think Kendrick just that petty. I think
it seems to be. He been doing this shit for a long time.
He been doing it. We didn't even know.
Yeah, like now that I know like how serious the beef is, like when I listen to old stuff, I'm like, yeah, he was definitely talking to Drake right here.
Yeah. And I'm a person who can carry hate in my heart for decades. Like I'm carrying hate from second grade. So it's some of us people out there will be petty for forever. Like it ain't no never. It ain't no being taking the higher road. It ain't no being the bigger person. It ain't none of that. You gotta catch these jokes forever, or not even jokes. You gotta just catch this. Me letting you know you ain't forever. So, but I'm not to say I totally understand. I can see it from the point of view like Kendrick got better shit to do with his time. I gotta be honest, that nigga is rich as fuck. He got all the time in the world to just sit and formulate do back man. In my opinion,
I think when it came to this whole beef situation, Kendrick was like, I looked at my wrist, I got time today. He ready. He just like, I've got time, bro.
He said, looking at my rollie, it's about that time. And I got a plenty of it. And the 9 times out of 10, between therapy sessions, I think this nigga literally got like a back cave, like on some real Bruce Banner. I think his 5 years just been constructing his whole, like his periods under has been spending time with his kids, doing push-ups, and then planning a 4 to 5 year barrage of attacks on the fraudster.
I really, because I know they said Drake about to drop a new solo album. I really hope he drop a diss track on that mug, so Kendrick can drop the rest of these 5 records.
Yeah, and she said, or Kendrick may be a psychopath that just with all us. And That too. I believe it could be that too, but I'm be honest. I think he really do hate the fraudster, and
It appears to be.
cause the light skinned dude in this video wasn't like he was supermodel status. He was just a regular ass yellow nigga. Like
He was like Drake.
wow.
He looked like Drake standing back here.
So I personally, even if Kendrick came out tomorrow, which I ain't gonna front, it'd be so dope. If let's say he came out 6 months from now, was like, yeah, none of the stuff I did had to do nothing with the fraudster. He had already whipped everybody into a frenzy of coming up with all of this. I just came up with a very non-plausible. He hired the director because she did some P-Valley and then plugged him and Baka together for no reason, no damn reason. So if he come out and say this ain't have nothing to do with Drake, like you said, the mind game not just on us, Fraudry still suffering from all of this. It would suck. Do you know how horrible it would be if you wake up and you can't even Google your name on YouTube because you go see hella just come up with crazy. You can't even now his algorithm might be different though, but he be looking sick and shit, and he's switching lace fronts and shit, so I'm sure he's still seeing this. I'm sure he got Google alerts and Google Trends with his names on it. So you might be right. Kendrick could just be playing psychological games, but no, I think he having fun with the fraudster. Let's continue.
And one that I had noticed online also after the fact, shout out Monique, chilling with Monique, go check her out. I highly recommend it. She had quoted the lyrics from SZA. She says, in this world, concrete flowers grow. Heartache, she only doing what she knows. Weekends, get it popping on the low. Better days coming for sure. Which makes sense to the video because in the lyrics, that's basically what she's doing. Weekends, get it popping on the low. It looks like they're meeting secretly. They're hooking up at a hotel so nobody knows that they're hanging out. Very subliminal, and adds to the theory if this was SZA sent to meet Drake and try to get intel from him, allegedly. But it adds up to the theory and it adds up to the lyrics of what she's saying here. Now, the verse concrete flowers grow could go back to The Rose That Grew From Concrete by Tupac Shakur. This was a poem that Tupac wrote about a rose that could grow from the concrete. And the picture that Monique shares here is a video or a picture of roses painted on the concrete. Now, the Rose mural on the west side dedicated to ex-workers, artist Blake Lenore says he created the mural to illustrate the struggle and history of the area, but also the beauty that struggle has bred. But all in all, I really do think that this is a very interesting thing to point out, specifically the lyrics and how SZA presents herself, as well as the meaning behind a rose that grew from the concrete and what an artist illustrated it for it to be. There was other theories forming around. I'm pretty sure I can't name them all. I'm pretty sure I'm unable to think.
All right, let's we backing up. So with this, and he said and how SZA presented herself in this case. If we put two and two together, to me, let me know if I'm reaching. Don't it sound like he's saying like she was selling it to in this? Is that what the insinuation is?
I hope that. I hope it's talking about if she got the information.
Because I'm like, wait, hold on. How you gonna say how she presented herself? And not saying he's saying it in a way like, oh, she's a hoe and then. I'm just saying is the not that the video trying to disrespect this. I'm just saying in the putting it together. It's saying the Rose mural is dedicated to the sex workers. And then, because I ain't gonna front, the reaction from most dudes that saw this scene was like, that beautiful. And he said, present it. She knocked on the door. And it's surprising some scenes that didn't get shown in this video. As far as we go into there too, because the black hole actually come into some other shit. But I just want to know if anybody else was. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what is that supposed to, represent it? Because wowzers, if that's the case. I'm just saying. Yeah, we'll speak. We go jump into the comments after the video.
On the concrete. Now, the Rose mural on the west side dedicated to ex-workers, the lyrics and how SZA presents herself, as well as the meaning behind a rose that grew from the concrete.
Because we do got to look at them boots. Hey, them look like
them blade boots?
Them is some blade walkers right there. Those some.
Oh my god.
them some Spalding blade walkers right there. Them some. They might have pumps on them. I'm just saying. They Spalding high heel pumps.
Damn.
Wow. Blade Walker, XJ Blade Walker 900s. Let's continue.
And what an artist.
They gonna clip that. Now we the most sexist niggas on earth right now. It's jokes, people. Hey, you remember them Jordan heels that had came out with, like,
bruh, it was terrible.
I'm talking about if I seen somebody in them, I'm talking about that was beyond hood. That's beyond ratchet. That was like that was space age hood ratchetry. If I seen a motherfucker in some Jordan pumps, I just had to put that out there. Let's continue.
It's illustrated it for it to be. There was other theories forming around. I'm pretty sure I can't name them all. I'm pretty sure I'm unable to think of them all right now. But these are the ones that I wanted to go over. They're not in any specific order.
I ain't gonna lie, in this picture right here, it looked like Kendrick, the way his face is puffed up, it looked like he might need to take some metformin or some type of high blood pressure medication. His face look like Professor Clump in here. Am I the only person? I'm not saying he got high blood pressure. I'm just saying this particular image is high blood pressurely looking, okay? It's obvious he do push-ups. He is very healthy. Let's continue.
Order. It's just however I can remember them. I know there was one that people were talking about the girl in the video that Kendrick is with. They're saying that could be Gloria. A lot of people are saying that's supposed to represent Georgia Smith, somebody that Drake had dated, somebody that's worked with PG Lang. A lot of people are saying a lot of different things in regards to the person that Kendrick is with. I don't know if she's Gloria. I don't know if she's supposed to be like Georgia Smith or whatever the case may be. She could possibly just be Whitney, or somebody is supposed to represent Whitney. Y'all can tell me how you feel about who Kendrick is with in the comments. But yeah, there's a lot of things that people are talking about. I'm sure there's a lot of messages, a lot of layers in this video that I wanted to go over real quick with y'all. Just a real quick recap of the things that I've noticed and the things that other people.
All right, I don't think it's anything else left in there. I wanted to show this real quick though, Luther, Kendrick Lamar video, because I'm surprised that it was no scenes from when she was actually in the room with old buddy, which was right here where the first like circle ended up being. It was right where we at? Damn, this video went by fast actually. It was a lot of, so this was a scene in the video and one of the circles popped up right here, but this kind of matched with you know, like it looked like she was seducing old buddy, you know what I'm saying? And that kind of was going with the part. I figured they was gonna talk about that when they brought up the Rose thing, and then they was talking about the Blade Walker 7000s, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's very obvious. Dude opened the door very cornerly, and it looked like he got his $40 in his pocket in his hand. He already know to put that money on the dresser, cause top notch get the most, not the lesser. But since he brought it up, now it do look like a transaction to me now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It do look very transactionally, and it looked like he just wasn't ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Actually,
I can't put that on serious.
Actually, it looked like he came to the door. Was like, Baka, wait, what are you doing here? Oh, and then she had to force it because she know it was supposed to be Baka. You know what I'm saying? These are just theories, y'all. These are just theories. I hate for anybody that come to this video, coming to this channel and be thinking this shit dead serious. Like, you taking us serious? Like, these, you know, this motherfucker is disrespecting SZA in this bitch. I'm like, I knew we should have covered this damn video. To see the rest of this live and over 60 plus members only videos, become a Struggle Group member for only $2.99.